Okay, that was awesome. I don't know if you can hear me, but Everlasting Gaze, Doomsday Clock, Perfect, Disarm, Hummer, Jelly Belly. The new stuff, they represented a lot of the albums with a lot of good stuff. They ended with Zero. The sound was amazing. The light show is really cool. It was an amazing concert. I'm glad I went. Picked up the hat. I ordered the trading card online, and then hopefully I will. I have some more thoughts about it that I'll add to this video. But this was an amazing night in Las Vegas at the Cosmo. All right, so I guess this is a review of the concert. I kind of gave it away there in the intro. I absolutely loved it. So maybe not necessarily a review, but I'm going to kind of go through it. Well, I guess it's more of documenting my time. I'm going to go through the track list and just kind of go through and share some of my thoughts and some of the things I saw. And yeah, just go through it. Now this tour, the World is a Vampire tour, actually started overseas, I think Australia. They had taken a break. They'd been off for a few months. So this was really the first night of the US tour. So I was aware that the tour was coming back to America, but I was in Vegas. It happened to be my birthday on the 26th. And I really wasn't thinking about it until kind of I saw it and I'm like, oh crap, I'm in Vegas. The Pumpkins are having opening night of the tour in Vegas. I've got to find a way to go, right? So I was planning actually coming back, but I extended the stay an extra day. I had to go to the concert, right? And it was really cool. So I'll show some clips and then kind of go through it as we go. I'll just kind of, I guess, the best way I know how to do this. I don't know if this is interesting, but I'm going to go through the set list. So they started with the Autumn instrumental opening. So I guess this is the first track of Autumn. And it's kind of like a dreamy Space Jam type of song, which was cool. And then the band walked out to this. They do have Stone Temple Pilots, Interpol, some of the guests are going to be part of the opening acts, but for Vegas, I think it's due to time constraints or whatever, they just don't have opening acts. So the Space Jams, you know, dreamy Space Jam was very cool. I kind of love that. They used to do that with the Melancholy, you know, that piano thing, but so they use this instrumental opening, the band comes out, you know, the crowd goes crazy, especially for Billy, right? Then they open with Everlasting Gaze. I'm a big fan of the Machina and the Zeitgeist stuff. Kind of that hard rock. Well, I love all this stuff, but it was really cool to hear Everlasting Gaze. It's a very heavy rock song, good opener, love that. Then they went right into Doomsday Clock, which is a Zeitgeist song. So we went Machina and then Zeitgeist and another just rocker, which is very cool. Then they moved into Once in a Lifetime. Not my favorite. They've been doing this previously in the last couple years, but I think it's a Talking Heads cover song. It's okay. It's fine. Let's see. Then they came out with Today, right, which is Siamese Dream. So everyone loves that. Everyone knows that. Everyone's singing along to Today. That's a cool song, obviously. Big hit. Then they moved to Perfect. So this is the first track off, or not track, but it's the first song in this concert that they did from the Adore album. And this was a very different version. It wasn't so electronic, it was a very mellow version. Katie Cole actually had an acoustic guitar. I think at some point in this song, maybe it was the next one. I think it was this one. She kind of stepped forward and kind of took the lead and sang a bit. But I will say overall, she was there all night. I think just these couple songs she had an acoustic guitar with her, but I really like, some people don't like it, but I really like her adding the melodies to a lot of the songs, kind of singing along, backing vocals to the choruses, and I think she adds a really cool element to it, especially on the latest couple albums, Sear and Autumn, but to hear her go back and sing some of these older songs and bigger hits, I think really adds to it, so I appreciate her being a part of the band. Then they went to Disarm, right? So they play the bells, you know, the big bells off the track, but basically acoustic version. So we got our second song off Siamese Dream. Then they played The Celestials. So this is a track off of Oceania, or yeah, I don't know how you spell it, Oceania, whatever. Again, Katie Cole sounded great with this one especially. They sounded good together, her and Billy, and it was a really cool song. I don't know that they've done this anytime recently, so it was very cool. Next was off of the Sear album recently, Purple Blood. So this time Billy actually put down his guitar and he kind of did his, lurking around the stage thing, singing, so that was fun. Let's see, Ava Adore. So we got our second track off of Adore. And Billy's still just singing, he doesn't have a guitar, and there's a big backing track with this one with tons of bass. It was like just sucking in and out of the whole room. So it was pretty cool because it's very, electronic song, heavy electronic song. But to hear it live with the rest of the band and then the track together made for a very big sound, so it was very cool. I think towards the end of the song, Jimmy ended up doing kind of a drum solo, and Billy introduced him.
Mr. Jimmy Chamberlain on the drums, all the way from Charlotte, Illinois.
So that was very cool. The light show with that was, I said the lights all night long were very cool. As I said, I haven't been to a concert in a long time. I'm sure a lot of bands do this now, but for me, it's kind of my first time seeing such an extravagant light show, though. It was very cool. Let's see, moving on, Tonight, right? Probably one of my favorite songs of all time. This is the first track they did off the Melancholy. And this one was just Billy and James acoustic guitars, just the two of them. No drums, no anything else, just the two of them. So it was really cool. They had some banner first, back and forth, and they went into that song. So it was very cool to hear that kind of version of it. Big full band steps up, and then they do Bullet with Butterfly Wings, right? So this is now the second song off of Melancholy. Everyone loves it. Huge hit, right? Then they do another Machina song. So this is the second song off of Machina for the concert, and they did This Time. And I read afterwards, so this is the first time they've sung this track since the Metro show, and I was trying to figure out, I'm like, I know the song, but I'm trying to place which era, which album it was from, so it took me a minute I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's a Machina song, but it took me a minute. Next up, they did Spellbinding. So officially the first song, I guess is the second song from Autumn, but the first one's instrumental. So, and now this is, for them, their kind of latest single. It's okay. I think there's actually a bunch of other Autumn songs that I prefer and thought would make for cool singles, but they went with Spellbinding, so it was still good. Hubble Bubble was next. I had to look this up, had no idea what it was, so I just bubbled, when they sing the chorus, Hubble Bubble, toil and trouble. I found out is from Manfred Mann. It was a United Kingdom hit in 1964, so obviously that's why I didn't know it. So they snuck a little cover song in there. You'd have to listen to the original. Maybe I'll link it below, but it's a rock song, but in the 60s with a lead harmonica, really, for the whole song. Now, the Pumpkins just did it as a straight Pumpkins rock song, so it sounded cool, but very different from the original. Jelly Belly. This was awesome. This is the third Melancholy song they did, and again, I noted afterwards that this is the first time they've done this song touring since 1997. Now, with all three guitars, Jeff, Billy, and James, it sounded just, it really sounded awesome. They went into Empires, so basically our second Autumn song, and kind of ended with an awesome solo by Jeff. I will note, kind of most of the first half of the concert, Jeff did most of the solo work, which is obviously sounded really amazing, but it was, with Jeff there, it's an interesting dynamic. With James. Obviously Billy does his certain amount of solos, but Jeff kind of, he probably had the most solos of the night. Then they went into Hummer, another Siamese Dream song, I believe our third song. Yeah, so that was very unexpected. It sounded great. Again, it benefited with the wall of guitars, right? The 3 guitars on stage sounded pretty cool. We went into Beguiled, another Autumn track, another single off of Autumn. 1979, so we got our third song from Melancholy. That's always fun. They do it with a little bit of a backing track. And then after that, James. Everyone's with a J. Jimmy, Jeff, James, Jack, even the bass player, right, has got a J. So James did all the he introduced all the band members one at a time, so that's kind of where they took a little break. Then they were closing out here. They did Cherub Rock, so our 4th song off Siamese Dream. And then they ended with Zero. Just one of my favorite rockers, and again, that's I think our 4th Melancholy song. So they really represented a lot of the albums. We got one from Sear, one from Oceania, Adore, Zeitgeist. So I thought it was an amazing set list. And yeah, beyond that, I don't know what else to say. It was a good time. Hopefully I'm going to catch them again next week in an amphitheater. I don't know if I'll do that. Because I don't know, I wanted all my family to come with me, but kind of the schedule's not working out. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to share this with you. I can look back on this and kind of remember the evening, and I hope you've enjoyed some of the clips. But just wanted to kind of get this on tape and document a little bit of my first concert in a couple decades, and then this is the Pumpkins' first. This is the opening night of this U.S. tour for The World is a Vampire. So had a great time, and nothing else I can add to that except for if you can, check out this tour.